Hello, welcome. My name is Tendayi. I'm Tendayi Nemaonkwe and one of the directors for Africa Premier Safaris. We run this company, myself and my wife, Abigail. We have been seasoned in tourism. Abigail has been working direct with the hotels, and I worked with quite a number of safari companies. And before then, I was working for national parks. Then that's when we decided we had to put ourselves together. About 15 years ago, we started with a house for Abigail. It was just a 3-roomed room, and we turned it into a guest house. Then, of course, we started growing to 29 rooms. That is our comfort lodge right in town, a 3-star comfort lodge. But well, because of the interest of being in tourism, we thought of also moving into a safari lodge, and we made an application with national parks, and we were given a lease about 1.5 years ago, and straight away we decided to build this lodge, Mutsviri Game Lodge. It's so unique in the sense that it's right in national parks. And it's not very far away as compared to the other lodges. It's just about 7 km away from town, and away from the falls, it's, I would say, about 9 kilometers. And with this Mutsviri Game Lodge, we are so excited because not many lodges are in here in this part of Zambezi National Park, Chamabondo section. We only have one further up, and as we are so excited because we can just quickly move into town if our guests, they want to do some activities in town. The goodness about it, animals, they are frequenting this place already. It's a new product, but they are already frequenting this place. We've got buffaloes, resident buffaloes. They are always here. And we also have a resident leopard, but he's still shy to come up because he is, when we moved in, we can hear him calling in the distance, as well as the lions. We hear them calling in the distance. Hyenas, they call in the night. So with all those sounds, it's an excitement even for our guests when they are down here. Even myself, I always argue with my wife to say, I would rather spend some nights here, but instead of going back in town where our house is. This is very beautiful. It's breathtaking. It's so unique. Well, elephants is the order of the day. And also there are opportunities of seeing buffalo, as well as lions, as well as leopard, but the leopard is very elusive because of the forest here is very dense. But we also enjoy that because that means that there's lots of food in abundance for the animals. We do game drives in the morning, maybe to see whether there's anything special for the cats. Then late in the afternoon, we do game drives, driving along the water holes when animals, they come down to drink. Then later in the evening, maybe in the night, if there is an interest, like we could have seen when we were on a game drive with you, we could have seen some treks. So we will actually even go later to do night eyes. I will call it night eyes, and where we can have an opportunity of seeing, cats, and of course the hyenas and other animals, the night animals. The goodness about Mutsviri, we were given rights to build 11 units, but so far we have got 6 units, and these 6 units, they're ideal for maybe couples or maybe even single travelers, and without much more of families. But if there is a need, then we can still put a bed, in the room, because the rooms are very spacious for the for maybe someone traveling with their child, but not many, but not maybe 2 or 3, but maybe most probably 1 or 2. We'll still make it for accommodating the family. But in future, we are building all the other 6 units which are coming in. We'll build them in a way that they can accommodate families. And this, we are doing it next year. Well, this is not overnight for us to build Mutsviri Game Lodge. We were working in Game Lodge. I was working there as a guide, learner guide, then professional guide. Then it has been a dream because hosting the guest, it's in us. We want to host the guest. Even my wife, Abigail, she worked in a hotel, so it's not difficult for her to make sure the rooms are tied up. In Zimbabwe, hospitality is one of the bread baskets for the economy. And everyone, there's a lot of support, and even the wife to the president, First Lady, she's an ambassador of national parks. Then also the Minister of Tourism, she is working day and night to make sure the guests, we meet the standards which are needed for people to run to run a tourism facility. So us as an operator, we meet those requirements because we were in tourism. We've been in tourism for some time.